Hey, and good Saturday morning, everybody, for this live update here on our evolving winter storm, the first of several that we're going to be tracking here on the Weather Nerds YouTube page. And if you're new to the page and you're just checking this out, whether it be during the live broadcast or if you're coming in a little bit later, if you want to continue to get these updates, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're alerted when I do these updates for you. And leave a comment, give me a thumbs up down below. Helps us to continue to try to grow this channel. So we're here on this Saturday, watching things beginning to evolve right now, and it's still early in the game. We're still kind of getting things going. We're going to zoom in a little bit right now, and the snows right now are currently just kind of spreading initially across areas of Pennsylvania into areas of Ohio and stretching down here toward areas of West Virginia. Just getting going. Also, some of this is a little bit dry. Some dry air aloft in there as we're just getting started on this. And but things will begin to pick up as a lot of this moisture here from the south starts to surge up into that cold air and bringing in some healthy snows. And we'll take a look at the latest model data on that as well as to kind of show you. We're looking at the high resolution, the very short-term models here as far as what the snow projections are. If I sound a little hoarse, I am fighting a cold, so please pardon that. I've been fighting this for a few days now. It's been impacting my videos every day, to say the least. So let's go on over here to the interactive mode. We'll take a closer look at what's going on here with some of the snow activity. Get this out of the way here for you. And you can see the snows here up toward Pittsburgh. And I'm going to turn these temperatures off here for a second so I don't get those pop-ups all the time. So just give me 1 second. I'll turn that off. All right, so you see there across Pittsburgh the snows up toward Punxsutawney and getting over here into areas of southern portions of Pennsylvania. I was looking at a webcam over toward Gettysburg. I'll show you in a second. Not seeing anything there yet. That kind of gives me indication that maybe some of this is what they call virga. This precipitation is falling aloft and not reaching the ground just yet. And seeing the mixed precipitation kind of getting off toward the west of the nation's capital. And you see these the higher elevations up into Virginia, seeing the areas there in blue getting some snow, but some of this is mixing with some freezing rain and sleet at the surface. Let me bring those temperatures back up again, and you get my meaning here. So when you see it's raining, it's 32 degrees right in there, like it is right near here, and it's the south of Amherst and those areas. When you see 32 degrees, you're probably getting some light icing up in the trees. I think the roads will be okay. For the most part, or really the roads, you really got to get temperatures down into the upper 20s, I think, for 28, 29, and 30 degrees before the roads become really bit of a problem. The bridges and overpasses, you always got to be careful on those, even just a little bit below 32. But for the most part, this will be mostly up into the grassy areas here for this morning. Now, let's go ahead and zoom over here towards Cincinnati, seeing a pretty good burst of some snow right there, at least temporarily, and heading up toward Columbus. So Columbus, you're getting a little snow here for this morning, but 35 degrees, that's not overly cold, to say the least, and a lot of grassy areas here on this initial snow moving into your area. But again, we're going to watch this thing begin to develop. The worst of the storm is not over by any stretch of the imagination as I pull back out here and look at the northeast especially. So areas of Pennsylvania, from the Appalachians through to Pennsylvania, into New York, and up into areas of the New England, into Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island. Those areas are going to see their conditions go downhill as we go throughout today and into tomorrow as this low pressure gets cranking. Again, it is a nor'easter by definition, but not a massive one. We're not talking like the blizzard of 96. I believe this is actually the 30th, the anniversary of the blizzard of 96 actually this weekend. So nothing on that scale for those who were around back then who can remember that, to say the least. But we are going to see, I think, a very healthy dumping of snow. 6 to 8 inches, I think, still the range. That's what I've been kind of holding at, and with some isolated heavier amounts. Now, here is the current watch warning areas that you can see here. Anywhere in that pink area, all those pink zones are winter storm warnings that are currently in effect right through there, and they're surrounded by that purplish color. Those are your winter storm or your winter weather advisories around the periphery of this thing as this continues to get cranking up the eastern seaboard. Now, most important thing, everybody wants to know, well, how much snow am I going to get? How much snow am I going to get? All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. We're going to look at this is the high resolution model, very short range model here. It takes all the available data and really kind of gives us kind of a super accurate holding here of what we're expecting with the snow. So you see me kind of pushing this all the way through the end of the model run going into late in the day for tomorrow. around it's about 2 o'clock. So you're seeing the snow levels in there. You see these dark purple here. These are where your isolated areas we'll see over a foot across some of the interior sections of Connecticut, getting in here over toward New Hampshire, and maybe clipping over into Maine. But most of this general area is sitting in that 6 to 8 inch range right through there. So those are the areas that you got to be watchful out and concerned. And this is enough to make the roads pretty treacherous. So don't need to be going into that. Now, again, a very sharp dividing line there going into New York City. How much New York City going to get out of it? I think it's been like 600 plus days since New York City's even seen, or Central Park's even seen any snow. This may put an end to it, but boy, it's a very sharp dividing line between something or nothing getting into New York City. So I think they get a little bit out of this. Probably not going to get a whole lot out on Long Island, but New York City will get a little bit, but nothing on the scale like they're going to see for the interior sections with this particular storm system. Now let's go take a look at some cameras. We'll take a look at some cameras out. I got a few that I've lined up here. Nation's capital's still looking pretty damp and dreary right now. No snows to be seen there currently for the moment, but I think that'll change as we go throughout the day. This is Gettysburg. This is a little bird cam here. I love this cam. I used to like to check this one out pretty regularly. You can check it out on YouTube if you like. I'm sure the owner would love for you to subscribe if you like watching birds. Pretty peaceful. Not bad, but not seeing any snows there just yet in Gettysburg right now. New York City, obviously not seeing anything just yet. This is Times Square, looking down toward Times Square, and the Upper East Side, obviously quiet for the moment, but that'll change as we head into late this afternoon into tonight. I think we'll see conditions go downhill from there. And then finally, Boston. Of course, Boston, you'll be the last to see some of the snow come up your way as we go into Sunday especially. That's when things will definitely get cranking. So I'm sure folks are ready for this. They're really their first major winter storm, I would say, of the season. Let me get back over to here, and you can see where the snow is currently projecting. So right now, not seeing much in the way of problems there across areas of New England just yet. But again, the snow's just starting to move into Philadelphia, and if it's not hitting the ground just yet, it'll saturate it enough. You're going to see it start kicking in as we go throughout the day for today. So getting back over to me right now, I plan on doing these live updates pretty regularly throughout the day, best I can, dealing with some family problems. Got somebody in the hospital right now, so I'm kind of bouncing between that and this right now. But if you want to continue to get these updates when I do these, just subscribe, get a notification. That way you know when I do an update. And right now I'm going to try to do these about every 4 to 5 hours. So I'm going to try to do one again after the lunch hour, see how things are progressing, and we'll do one again late in the evening today, and depending on how things are going, maybe one more before I go to bed for tonight. So we'll try to do 2 or 3 of these for today, and we'll track it again for tomorrow. And my intent and my hope is, depending on life, if it doesn't get in the way, I will do these regular updates for every one of these storms that we're expecting. This is the first one. We've got another one we're going to see going into Tuesday, and I want to look at the later day runs to see how it's handling that next storm system, which will be mostly for the middle of the country a little bit later going into Monday, Tuesday, and there's a severe element with that one as well. All right, that's it for now. Again, pardon the cold. I'm fighting it best I can. We'll see you here on the next update. You can please share this with your friends, invite them to come on over, join the family, and we'll keep you updated on this storm system. All right, that's it for now. You guys take it easy. We'll see you on the next update.